shift it so quickly. She can talk first. Jacob and Hayley.
So Hayley's friend is the MVP. That's first.
Yeah,
Second,
honestly.
that she's that now. You had mentioned it too, a coach on one of your videos. When I saw her in some of the other episodes, I was like, "Shut up, girl!" But on this episode, I was like, "Come on, girl, yes!"
Snatch my pearls.
She absolutely held Hayley accountable. But what I saw in their friendship, and also when the other friend, I can't think of her name, when she came over
Caroline.
for the Caroline. Okay, Miss Caroline was like, "I don't know why you with Hayley, because Hayley don't do good in relation. I've never even seen her in relationships, and I've been knowing her since college." I was like, "Girl, don't spill all this, Lady T." But you know what? That sometimes be your friends. But what I loved about the first friend was she held Hayley's feet to the fire. She really broke it down, and Hayley was just sitting there having her like, "No, I just don't like him." You know, she didn't want to really receive what her friend was telling her, but she was letting her know, like, okay, so he likes the 80s and he can't dress. Where's the red flags at? Because that's not nothing, girl. But I just wish that Hayley would just open up and say, "I just don't like him. I just don't like him." And I think people could respect that if she could just say that. Jacob in this episode for me, I was like, I think I'm starting to lean towards what Lola was talking about. This is a cool dude. Now he's got his quirks, he got his idiosyncrasies, but don't we all, right?
No, not everyone's have those. No,
what I mean by he was starting to grow on me was just that, like, he's a very just like, look, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Jacob's not fronting. He's not trying to be somebody that he's not. He's not out here lying. He is just who he is. And I can respect that. I can really respect that. It's refreshing because a lot of times you get a person's representative and you just be like, so when does the real you get here? I'm just peeling back layer after layer trying to get to who you are. And Jacob was just like, nope, I'm going to be me from the gate. Me and my watch, me and my 80s, me and my neon lights. It's me, boo. Take it or leave it. And Hayley would like to leave it, and she just needs to say that.
I'm seeing a few comments in the section that some people are saying his character is sexy still. Okay, well, attractive. Yeah, okay, but none of you are going to date him. All right, cool. Next person.
I think he's the most well-rounded man on the show. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I really think so. I think so. I think he's the most. I know. Listen, I'm not. No.
Come over to the dark side, sweetie. That's right.
No, wait, hold on. I didn't say I'm attracted to him. Now I do, like I mentioned last time, I love quirks. And so I think because I'm kind of quirky. And so I love quirks. And I love the fact that he is so unapologetically like comfortable in his quirks. Jesus, this season, I'm just like, did they work at all? Like, did they do any tests? Nothing? Like, I get so many mental health issues, so many, like there's so much going on. I feel like he really is struggling with something. Somebody said a spectrum. I don't think it's a spectrum thing. I think it's more of like an anxiety thing where he just,
social anxiety.
Something is going on with him because he says the most random, most nonsensical things at like weird times. And it's just like, come on, Jacob, like I'm rooting for you. Like, what you doing? Like, stop. And the fact that he mentioned his beach house / bachelor pad / I don't even know what else to call it. Like, like you mentioned it yesterday to the mother and the father. And then you come and you literally like say the same story verbatimly to them you have nothing to talk about, Jake, like nothing. So I do think that there's something there. I think mentally, Hayley's probably clocking like, okay, something's not quite right here. But Hayley is a liar. I said that last week. So I think because she lied to her friend. She didn't say the full story of what happened. She didn't say the full story. And for me, that really irked me because I was trying to kind of like see through, because I saw a part of Hayley like, okay, she's trying. So I was trying to give her a little bit of a pass, like, okay, that must have been a one-time fluke. But she lied to her friend. Not only did she lie, but she painted the situation as more of Jacob just being an antagonist and calling her out on something that really didn't exist. But no, you were wrong. And you should have said that to your friend. But this is what I love about these meetings with the friends. friends know who you truly are.
They be calling
Friends
you out.
know you, and so they will call you out. And when they're giving you advice, they're giving you advice to your true self. And she gave her advice to her true self,
Honestly.
which is a commitment phobe, which is someone who does not give things a chance, which is someone who does not even dig deep enough with herself to see the tools she has that will be able to help her in the situation. She's so just like she's not introspective and very self-aware. And her friend called her out on that because she said, you don't even know what tools you have that will be able to help you in this situation you're in. So for me, that painted the picture. And yes, I think that I think he's the most well-rounded guy on the show. I really think so. And I think he would have been better with Paige. I would like him better with Paige.
So let me add this. I was taking notes during the show, and Jake mentioned something interesting that he came in with no expectations. So that's why Jake is winning because, like I said, even with I don't want to get into Chris, but Chris came in looking for a certain type of woman, and when he didn't get those expectations, he was mad. So Jake came in like, okay, I have no expectations. I'm just in this. Now, I think if the cameras were not there, they would probably got along a little better because some people are better on one-on-one and versus, you know, a lot of people. Like I'm an introvert, so I do better with one-on-one because I'm a cool chick one-on-one. But I think he's just a little awkward anyway. But the TV just make it a little bad for him. Now, let me go back to Hayley. I can't ride with Hayley. Hayley is all the way shady and she like tells her part of the story. I'm still mad about last week when she went down there with the supposed friends and ran the guy supposedly just decided to join. That was a quick fix. All she had to do was just say, hey, baby. She ain't gonna call him baby because they're not that cool. But hey, I just went down to the wherever they were at. The guys decided to join us. Why don't you join us? That's all she had to do. So again, you're trying to paint these pretty pictures. Jake is too intelligent for that. So he's like, girl, don't play these games with me. I'm a grown man. And she's still playing these 28. So that might work for a 28-year-old person, but he's direct. Like at the age I am now. Listen, give it to me straight. Tell me how it is. And that's what it's going to be. Hayley want to paint these pretty pictures and her friends know the truth. Her friends are telling. Normally girlfriends sometimes like kind of be like, oh, okay, I'm riding with my girl. When your girl say you doing too much, she's doing too much. So I don't trust Hayley. And then on Unfiltered, she was flirting with the other guy. She was like, we can be matches. Hayley, go sit down. Don't leave that man alone.
Wait, matches to who? Who's she talking to?
Okay. But see who she was flirting with. You didn't see Unfiltered?
No, I don't get it in the UK. That's the one thing I can't get.
You don't get it?
No, I don't get it. I can't get it. Okay, she was flirting. Okay.
I'm gonna have to tell you. I'm gonna have to get. I'm gonna put it in the chat when I figure out who it was.
Okay, no worries. Okay.
So I took a couple notes. Okay, I'm sorry. Did I cut somebody off?
No, go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Yeah, go for it.
So I took notes, and next to Hayley, I got Karen in parentheses because she just screams Karen. She's always a victim. She, like you said, like Kia said, she paints the picture that, a pretty picture of like her behavior, but to make that, to kind of get her friend on her side. I'm happy her friend kind of saw through it. But I noticed that she's looking for stuff to be wrong. She's been single for 7 years. I couldn't imagine being single 7 years. Like, because she's a pretty girl, so obviously she can meet guys, and guys I'm sure will approach her, but she must meet men and just pick them apart and just look for things wrong as a reason to dismiss him or walk away because, well, he had this. And even when she gave her reasons for Jacob, oh, he's 80s and he dresses weird. Like, okay, so like her friend said, what's the problem? So I think that Hayley, speaking of expectations, her bar is set way too high. I'm gonna need her to bring that thing down like 1,000 notches because it's not that serious, Hayley. You are a regular girl. Like, you're cute, but you got trophy wife energy and you are not trophying it at all. You are just Karen all day. So, and as far as Jacob and Hayley have zero chemistry. Even their friends have zero chemistry. Like, friends don't have any expectations. They're just friends. Like, I can get along with anybody for the moment. But when you can't even get along with a person in a social setting just temporarily, like even your friends don't have chemistry, it's just a bad match all the way around. And their dogs showed it on camera. Their dogs is acting a plumb fool. So,
go for it, Lola.
So I just want to say I'm very glad to welcome some more people to the Jacob Fan Club this week. Welcome, ladies. Welcome
Lena
everyone.
leading the way again,
Um,
leading the charge.
Same thing I said last week. It's the same consistently. That's what I see. Um, I want to start with Hayley. Now, like Shanae said, that friend of hers was very astute and honest, and that was a good friend because you don't always have your friends tell you the truth. She didn't side with her. She looked at her and called her out for all the nonsense she said. And even though she didn't, she kind of reversed the order of things. Her friend talked right through it and made it make no sense. Told her she needed to take advantage of the situation and make an opportunity and reconnect with this person because it was one and done. And I was so impressed with that friend. So it makes me think, like, because usually they say birds of the same feathers flock together. So maybe there is something to this girl that I haven't seen yet. I don't know. Maybe the camera makes people misbehave. Maybe she's still feeling like she's better than him. Maybe there are all these maybes going on. Maybe she's not as bad as we thought. Yes, she's a liar, but I guess we all do lie once in a while. We call them white lies. But she got caught lying on camera. That is what it is. So right. You know, but so I'm definitely gonna put that there and watch her for the next couple episodes. But with Jacob, it's still the consistent same thing. He's there. He's here for an opportunity. And I like the fact that even though because he gives me, like I said before, he is definitely. You can tell he's intelligent, you can tell he's smart, but definitely socially awkward. But that's okay once you get to know him. And I think it's much harder to come across the camera as a person like himself. He may not be comfortable expressing himself and being free with 3 or 4 cameras and producers behind them gesticulating or doing whatever. And sometimes the situations aren't necessarily real. So it's hard for him to let his, personality shine through. So I definitely think and still believe that he really is the all-star right now. He's doing exactly what he needs to be doing. They may not end up together, but I still think that once he's done, he's not going to have a lack of DMs in his box. He's going to have people coming because definitely he's got the means, he's got the will. You can definitely see he's got integrity, he's got character. And he's still, I insist, he's physically attractive. He looks decent and he makes sense. Now the onion, I know, was it Jess that was saying it last week about the onion and meat thing? That odor, that can be worked on, just like the 80s clothing. So he's still coming out the winner in all of this. So I'm still watching to see. But in terms of their dynamic, I don't know if it's going to change, because even with the advice that her friend gave her, there's something, and you know what the truth is? You can't force what isn't there. If she's not feeling him, she's not feeling him. She doesn't appreciate what he brings to the table. And that's okay. So that's probably why it won't work. I just hope that later on down the line, because it happens with with females generally. You'll look back and like, oh, was that the one that got away? I don't know. But she can't force it. I'm not even going to hold it against her. It was just her character that didn't seem very good last week. Like she was just trying to villainize him. But he was refusing that. So far, he's the one who's communicating the best, but yet he's the one who's the most socially awkward. That is funny to see. So I'm just waiting to see. We'll see. So that's why I'd say to ladies out there, that little nerd in the office that you're not really giving the eye, give him a second and pay attention. He might have something you don't know that you need. So, just keep your eyes peeled. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I'm just happy that I have more people appreciating him. What'd you say, sir?
I said I'd love to say Jacob was a nerd, but I don't know. He says really weird things. Nerds are not. They don't say weird things. Nerds have their lane. He says weird things at the wrong time. They ask you a simple question. What do you think about Hayley? And then you switch it to, well, your exes are special disasters, bro. What?
He's socially awkward. Doesn't know how to, speak. Like, who was saying it was? Is it? I can't see very well. Is it Kia? Is it? I think it's Kia, right? She was saying how, communicating one-on-one, he might be better at that, particularly in a comfortable scenario. So yeah, like when people get nervous, the first thing that pops in their mind could be nonsense. People who are press ready, like they've been press trained, give all the good answers. He's not press trained. He's just is what he is. He is what, and he's not ashamed. Is what you see is what you get. And I think that's refreshing when you see a lot of people who, when you meet their representative, you don't know what you're getting. So yeah, he does say a lot of, but still, but he's socially, you might, even when you say something on the spectrum, someone on the spectrum could be someone who has trouble communicating with others other than the people he's close to. So a lot of people who don't know him don't understand him. So maybe I should take away, because what you like to take that office nerdy, sir? Is that why you're defending the nerds?
No, I spoke to a couple of nerds and they just have their own lane. I don't think he's a nerd.
He has his own lane.
Yeah, it's a really
lane.
literally his own lane. Literally his own lane. Nerds have a lane. He has his own lane. They have. Do you know
I'm
what I mean?
still okay with that. He's different. There's a beauty to being different. Just
That's true,
accepting how God made you to be. Like there's a beauty.